Hey, Xiomy here. So today I wanted to do a video dedicated to my OTPs because I've had plenty in books and I ship these people like so badly. I fangirl over them, and I'm going to have spoilers in this video, so I suggest that you tread carefully just in case if you don't want to get spoiled. So without further ado, let's get into my favorite OTPs. First ones that I'm going to mention are ones that I even look up fan art on the internet for them because I ship them so badly. I am hell-bent on these people being together. First one that I'm going to mention is Kaz Breaker with an edge. I ship these people so badly, especially what he did in the end, that he bottled that little warship. I was fangirling so badly. I was like, oh yes. And when he finally held her hand, when he's controlling all these demons that are inside of him, when he also takes off his gloves, I was like, yes, yes, give me more, give me more. It was just so beautiful to see, especially everything that you see transpiring through them, and especially in the first and the second book. I need more from them, but I cannot wait for that to actually happen. But it's something that happens in my mind and in my eyes all the time, so I always and forever am going to ship Kaz Breaker with an edge. The next couple that I'm going to mention is one that I recently fell in love with, and I did not ship these people in the first book. The ones that I'm going to mention are Isolde and Adwin. Oh my freaking lord. I want these two together so badly, and there's not much romance going between them, you know, but there is this shroud of mystery between one of them. You know that there's something that's uniting them, there's something that's calling them one to the other, but they don't even know what it is because they're blind to it. They cannot see one another. She cannot see his threads and he cannot smell her blood, but these two belong together. They should be with one another, and it's funny. This is funny for me because I did not ship them in the first book. I did not want them together at all. I was like, if that happens, I'm not reading anymore. And funny and odd enough, I read it in this book and I was completely and utterly fangirling, and I want them so badly in the next book. That is something that I'm going to sit and wait patiently for and hope that it happens, because I need that. I need it to happen like ASAP. The next ones that I want to mention are from the Lunar Chronicles, and that is Scarlet and Wolf and Crest and Thorn. I really don't care too much about Cinder and Kai. I don't know why. I think it's the obvious reasons that they're together, you know. It's something that I don't see together, but I don't care about them. I care more about Scarlet and Wolf, which I fangirl over so badly, and I want them together so much because it's like they can't be one without the other, and they love each other so much, and it's pure and raw, and you're like, oh my godness, yes. And also Crest and Thorn, even though they did have this bumpy relationship, they belong together because Thorn, he's a funny character, and Crest, you know, even though she was a shell of herself in the beginning of when she was introduced, she grew up to be so much more than that, and I ship these two so badly. Next, I'm going to mention two that I really do love, and that is from The Unexpected Everything. I ship Andy and Clark so badly. The fact that, you know, Andy did discover a lot of things in her life, you know, especially that the inevitable has to happen, and I really did enjoy that Clark, he was an author, you know, he liked to write, he liked books, you know, so I thought that they both complemented one another, and I really did enjoy them together. When they have that final scene at the end where they kiss and what she says, oh my god, it was so beautiful. The next characters that I'm going to mention that I really ship together are ones that I don't own physical copies of the books because I heard them in audiobook, but that is Karoo and Akiva, a Seraph and a Chimera. You know, I love these together. I want them together so badly. I think that in the second book, what really did piss me off or really did annoy me was the fact that they were separated and she was hating him for things that she was helping the bad guy with, and I was like, like, woman, get it together. And the third book, really near towards the end, is when I really wanted them more together because they were eventually thrusted together and she got to see things in a different way, and I was like, god dog it, finally, you know. But these are two characters that I ship so badly. The next book that I'm going to mention is one that I was really rooting for because you have that slow burning romance, and there's this character that was also my Cinnabon, and they are from The Reader. She's called Sophia and Archer. Archer, my Cinnabon, he was just such an enjoyable character, especially everything that he went through. That was so refreshing to have him with her, and how, you know, they aided one another, and he wanted to continue to save her, that he didn't want anything bad happening to her, but yet again he was thrusted into situations that he knew that something bad was going to happen, but since he was suffering from a post-traumatic stress, he really couldn't speak a lot. And I really did love his character like so much, and I really do root for these two characters to be together because it was just so lovely to see. The next book that I'm gonna mention is one that was a little bit odd for me because in the first read of the book I was like, you know, they'll be good together. But on the second read, I was completely fangirling and shipping these two so much together, and they are from Illuminae, Caddy and Ezra. And it's funny because in the first situation you do know that they're together, but they were separated or they broke up with one another. But it's ironic how things in life push them together, and that was something that I was rooting for, because on my reread was when I discovered that a lot more, and I wanted them to be together. I cannot wait to continue to see what else happens to them, but it was just so beautiful, especially that ending when you do discover that he's not dead, that he's really alive. Oh my god, it was just so beautiful. The next and final couple that I'm going to mention is one that has that bittersweet notion to it, and they are from Salton Sea by Ruta Sepetys, Florian and Joanne. Everything that was thrusted in their way was just so heart-wrenching and so hurtful, you know, all the situations that we're in, and the fact that eventually, you know, the tragic events really did put them together, and how they adopted this girl. Oh, it was just, everything about it was so beautiful, especially in the end, you know, when they finally are together, because the events that are happening are so tragic and you can't help but feel empathy with these characters. Their romance that brewed between them was just so lovely to see, and you know, in the face of all this horror and all this darkness that's happening around them, they found the love and they found one another. It's something that I have to root for in the end. Well, that's it for my favorite OTPs. If you want to mention which are your favorites, then feel free. We'll chit chat down below, but I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.